Manifesting money through service. Hey, Haug here, and welcome into video number 2 of our Money on the Beach series, where we're talking about money on this beautiful beach. You can see the ocean behind me on a very beautiful day here in Miami, Florida. Now, I'm sure you're watching this video because you want to manifest some more money into your life. That could be at $500, that could be $5,000, it could be $500,000. I don't care the amount of money. There's a certain amount of money that you want to manifest. And it's all about your mindset around money, because money is energy. So in today's video, episode number 2 of our Money on the Beach series, we're going to be talking about service. How does service, how does a business, how does a job relate to manifesting money in particular? Now, there's a great law of compensation that talks about the ratio of income that you are going to receive in your business, in your job, in any sort of compensation. And the law of compensation states that your income is going to be paid directly to you in the ratio of the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. Now, this law of compensation was actually talked about by Earl Nightingale in a lot of his famous works originally, and also by Emerson as well. Many different philosophers and teachers throughout the ages have talked about this law of compensation. So if you have a business or you have a full-time job, it doesn't matter which one, you're getting paid exactly in direct ratio to the service that you're providing and the value of that service. So if you're in a business right now, let's just talk about that, and if you're in a job, we'll talk about that. But if you're in business right now, you're serving a crowd of people. It could be one person, that could be 10,000 or 1,000,000 people. It doesn't matter what your product or service is, you're serving somebody. That's why we're in business. Your business is solving a problem. And how good you can solve that problem is how good your product or service is going to be ultimately. So your business, whatever industry, whatever niche, whatever area you're in, let's go through those 3 steps, okay? So in your business, you're going to be paid direct ratio, this direct ratio to the need for what you do. Now, the need for what you do is probably there if you are getting people to buy your product or service. People may need a new cell phone. Maybe you're in the health industry and people are giving you you're giving people personal training advice. Maybe you're in the nutrition space and you're selling nutritional supplements. Maybe you're in the coaching space like I am and giving advice and coaching and mentorship. Maybe you're in more of a product-based business and you sell on a Shopify store or on an Amazon business where you're selling a lot of different physical products, even if that's just greeting cards perhaps. The need for what you do is there if people are buying what you have. Some things that you're going to sell are more of a need, some are going to be less of a need. The bigger the need is for your product, the more demand there's going to be and the more it's going to sell easier. In that case, in the marketplace. That doesn't talk about energy and your belief, so we'll talk about that. Okay, so the need for what you do is probably already there. Number 2, your ability to do it. How good are you at it? We're not just talking about, if you're in the coaching space, how good you are at coaching. It's how good are you at marketing your service and getting out to more people in front of us. We have a big truck going by here, so let's take a second to actually empty all the trash cans. So let's take a second here because it's pretty loud. So let's take an example. This individual here is in a full-time job, going down and up and down the beach and emptying these garbage cans and recycling bins, right, in a very loud truck. So this particular job has a need, right? Somebody needs to empty the garbage cans for the city of Miami, and that person was hired to do what they're doing, right? So we'll talk about the job side. Let's finish up on the business side. So the need for what you do, right? And then ultimately, can you do it well? And we're talking about not just how you can do your own service, but how well can you market? How well can you sell it? How well can you be an entrepreneur? How well can you do your own taxes? Hey, I mean, all of the things around business, how well can you do it? It's very important. If you increase your product, you make it more valuable. You increase your service, you make it more valuable. You increase you as a marketer, you make yourself more valuable. This is going to keep increasing the value of what and who you are, and it will increase the value of your business and your service. It's going to make a tremendous difference. Then to step number 3, the difficulty there is in replacing you. Let's do an example. Somebody working at McDonald's, doing a fry cook position, if you will, cooking up some burgers, some fries. They're getting paid maybe minimum wage, which may be $15 an hour or whatever it is now, okay? So they're getting paid minimum wage. Is it easy to replace that person? Absolutely. You don't need you don't need credentials. You don't need a bachelor's degree. You don't need to have gone to college and have vast experience in cooking food. You don't need to have worked at a McDonald's for 25 years to get that position, right? Anybody and anybody can actually go into McDonald's and get hired for that job, almost always. 95% of the population could get hired for that job, okay? So difficulty there's in replacing, it's easy to replace that individual. Let's talk about another person, maybe somebody you look up to. Maybe you like speakers like Tony Robbins, or maybe you like somebody from The Secret, or maybe you like whatever it is, okay? Maybe it's a sports player, an MLB, Major League Baseball player, or maybe it's a football player, or a soccer player, or a tennis player, all professional level. How easy is it for you to replace that person? Extremely difficult. Think about an athlete you might like. You might watch sports, I don't know, somebody like a Tom Brady or a Michael Jordan or a Derek Jeter, thinking about different sports. Or maybe it's a singer or dancer, or maybe it's somebody who is in the industry of allowing films to come out of movies, right? A movie producer of some sort that's very good at what they do. It's very hard to replace these individuals, okay? Think about, everyone knows the name Michael Jordan. Is it easy to replace Michael Jordan? Are there a lot of people like Michael Jordan? Not at all. So he's going to be compensated a lot higher because of the value and the difficulty there's in replacing him compared to the person that was working at McDonald's. Does that make sense? Right, there's two very different worlds going on here. So your job as a business owner, entrepreneur, service provider, if you're in that space, okay, is to allow yourself to increase your ability to do what you do, not just in that space, but again, marketing-wise, sales-wise, running a business, being an entrepreneur, knowing how to do the accounting or hiring somebody to do your accounting and bookkeeping, all those different hats. There's a lot, but you can hire for those and experience it over years, right? And then increase the difficulty there is in replacing you. And how do you do that? Increase your value to the marketplace. Increase what you do. Become better at what you do, unlike any other person. Not competing with the other people in the space around you, but just being better and better at what you do. Now, over on a job, okay, the brain surgeon, okay, may get paid a certain amount per year. That could be $250,000 a year as a salary, okay, for example. And then the person that is a mechanical engineer maybe gets paid $65,000 a year. Why do they get paid different amounts? Because mechanical engineering, you may need a bachelor's degree, okay? You might not need a master's or a doctorate's degree, therefore schooling was maybe 4 years, okay? The doctor of a brain surgeon probably paid more than that, but say they're getting paid $250,000, they maybe had to go to years of school for 10, 12 years of school to learn what they do and then practice those different things. And what they do is a lot more difficult in many ways than the general mechanical engineer. So they're going to get paid more money. Let's run through it again. The need for what they do is both there. Their ability to do it, the brain surgeon may have a difficult time doing it, had to practice, experience a lot of schooling, a lot of learning, so they have a higher ability to do what they do. And the difficulty there's from replacing a brain surgeon compared to a mechanical engineer is a little different. Brain surgeon a little bit harder, mechanical engineer a little easier to replace. Hope that makes sense. So I want you to think about, if you want to increase your income, increase your service, increase the quantity of people you're getting in front of, and increase the quality of the work that you do in front of those people. If you focus solely on that, I promise you your money game will expand, and it will expand rapidly. It happened for me. I had not a lot of money coming in, about $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Expanded my service, started to help others in the services that I was doing and the products I was doing. Started earning $10,000 a month, then $20,000, then $50,000 a month, doing all these different things because I focused solely, how can I help my audience? How can I help more of my audience? And how can I help my audience do better and better? And if that is constantly on your mind, again, you're going to increase your income because you're going to be serving the world and bringing more value to the world. And when you're focused on that, everything will change. Okay? So no matter whether you're an entrepreneur in a business and willing and wanting to expand your income, or you're in a full-time job, expanding your income, find a way to serve, find a way to give more value. Now, the common man or woman will say, my job is capped. I cannot get paid bonuses, I don't get paid raises, right? But that's a very limited mindset. If you bring more value to the customers in your company that you work for, if you bring more value to the management team that is a part of your job, if you bring more value ultimately to the CEO or owner of your company, they're going to pay you more money. They're going to have to. And if they don't, you're going to grow and outgrow the company you're working for and attract in a better job that pays you higher, that allows you raises, bonuses, all of that good stuff, okay? So no matter where you're at, there's no limitation. I've worked with so many people now, over 1,500 people, and there's so many individuals that will say, you know, I'm limited, I can't do this, you could do anything that you want to. That's your own perceived limitation. We live in a world that is all possible realities happening right now. I'm going to get into this in other videos from here, okay? But again, your money is all about energy, all about value, all about service, okay? And that's not the only way you can manifest by any means, okay? You can manifest income in a million different ways, in an infinite amount of ways, without working, without having a business as well. That's possible. We're talking about increasing your service in what you do, because your business is your gift to the world. This is what you're bringing to the world. This is part of your purpose, part of your meaning. And if you're in that vehicle, you're going to be expanding who you are consciousness-wise, and that's going to be a win-win for you, the universe, your crowd of people you're helping, your audience, all of it. All right? Scott Haug signing off here for video number 2. Look for the next videos also in our playlist here of Money on the Beach series. Keep getting your money tips and apply everything that we talk about right here in these videos. If you're looking for any more help, you want to get a manifestation course, walk you step by step through a proven system and course. Our Manifestation Accelerator is your go-to system. Go ahead in the description below and get your hands on that course right away. And also, if you're looking to teach this material like I do, you want to start this kind of idea of being a life coach, personal development coach, mindset mentor, any of that stuff, become one of our certified manifestation coaches. It'll help you increase your skill. It's going to help you increase your value. Therefore, you're going to be compensated very well in this industry. I'll show you how to get clients. I'll show you how to build the business, all of that. Go ahead and book a call with my team in the description below. And I look forward to seeing you in our programs and further educating yourself on this whole idea of manifesting and mastering this awesome power that we all have innate within us. I'll see you over in the next video.